Welcome, Faith. I'm so glad that you are here. Thank you for accepting my interview to be here today and share with us a little bit about what God has prepared you and the skills you have. I know you have a passion to work with women, and we wanted to invite you to be here with us today just to share a little bit. Thank you so much for accepting.
Thank you, Monica, for the invitation. I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to adding some value on today's podcast and just the conversation with you. I always love talking to you, so this is going to be fun.
Thank you, Faith. So, Faith Armstrong is the founder of Action Academy, a sales training organization designed especially for Christian female entrepreneurs. Her desire is to transform the business world by seeing selling as helping in an avenue to put the gospel on display. I love that. So, working with the Lord for more than 15 years and having a background in psychology, leadership, and sales for more than 7 years, she uses her experience to instill belief in her clients and equip them with the strategy and help them break through fear. I love that, Faith.
Thank you. It is so fun to get to help women do that, truly.
It's a blessing. So, Faith, I know you're going to be sharing a little bit about building confidence as a Christian business owner. So, I'm excited to hear. I have a few questions for you.
Yeah.
And I'd like to hear what you think about what is one of the biggest mindset shifts you had to make when stepping into business as a Christian business owner?
Mm. That's so good. One of the biggest mindset shifts I think I personally had to make, and it's different for everyone, but I am like a surrendering perfectionist is what I like to call it. So I'm not trying to overcome it, but surrender it to God. And this has been a lifelong struggle for me, but particularly when stepping into the business world. I was just overthinking constantly the content I was putting out and had to make the emails perfect and I was telling myself that I had to show up perfect in the way I was coaching and everything that I did, which hindered me a lot in the beginning. And so the mindset shift I had to make was taking messy action and being okay with it, right? Because when we take action, we change our lives. I truly believe that. But what the enemy likes to do is he likes to keep us stuck in perfectionism or fear of man and whatever it is. And that was something that whenever I made that mindset shift, it catapulted me into who I was supposed to be in the business world, someone that was okay with taking messy action and serving people to the best of my ability with excellence, of course, but not expecting perfection out of myself.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Sometimes we wait too long because we want to do things perfect, but there are a certain group of people that are waiting
Yes.
for us to step in and make an impact. So, and we're here waiting, and then I believe each one of us have skills and gifts that God, want to use, and God has a specific group of people that only you can make an impact. It's not like he can use any other people, any
Yeah.
other person. He can do that.
Yeah.
Um, but it's so great when we step in obedience and, as you said, don't wait for things to be perfect, but we just trust God. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's not about us, it's about God, be honored through us.
Absolutely. I completely agree. And if more people can really look to the Lord for the impact that's going to be made through their business instead of depending on themselves and being so perfect at it, right? I think there would be a lot more people being served in this world. So that's so good, Monica. Yeah.
Mhm. So, in your opinion, Faith, what makes a Christian woman stand out in the business world today?
Mm. Well, I think for me, what I've seen is that there's so much trust that Christians have in the outcomes, when they're in the business world compared to more of the secular business women that maybe try to grip on to the outcomes and take control of their destiny, right? What happens when we focus on the inputs as Christian women and trust the Lord with the outcomes or the results, there is a freedom that we experience and that other people see in us also, which I think make us more confident business women when we can trust that the Lord's going to bring those to us that we're meant to serve, right? And we don't have to hold it with a tight fist. And that's been really freeing, I think, for a lot of Christian business women.
Yes,
Yeah,
and relax,
yeah,
right? It's like, okay, Isabel, um, God, as you said, God knows who we're supposed to serve, and
yeah,
it's better to wait sometimes for the right people that we're supposed to serve instead of using our time and doing something else or
yeah.
serving the wrong people, and then then we don't have the space for the ones that we're supposed to serve. So,
That's a great point. That's a great point. Sticking to what the Lord has for us, like who we're designed to serve, and not taking people just to get the money, right? And then not being able to serve them well. I think that's how we can stand out as Christians, also. It's like, this person might be an okay fit, but if we're called to serve people with excellence, then we should really only be bringing people into our ecosystem um, to serve them if they have a really specific challenge that we can solve based on how our business is built through our offerings.
yes,
And we can only control certain things, right? I think sometimes we like to believe that we can control more than we actually are able to. We can't control other people, and
yeah,
so that's been a big distinction as well in the Christian sphere versus the secular sphere in business.
exactly. No, I totally agree. It's I think is in the beginning we are learning when we start when we're new in business, we're trying different things and figuring out like what type of people we're calling to serve or but as we grow and I feel like God works in our lives and through the years and months you he show you exactly this is the type of people you're supposed to serve or and not everyone. We're not supposed to serve everyone, right?
Oh, no, and that's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you, Faith. And another question that I have, if you can go back, let's go back on time. Oh, so if you go back and encourage yourself when you're just getting started with your business, what will you say? What do you do?
Yeah, I would say to my younger self, don't despise the small beginnings. Don't despise the small beginnings, because I believe that the Lord really uses that time. He uses the maybe the frustration even that we experience early on in business to build our character, to build us in ways that we might not even see for a while, but the fruit is produced in those trials in the very beginning when you're kind of muddling through trying to figure out what you're doing, who you're called to serve, how you're called to serve them. And I think so easily we can try to skip past that part, skip
Yeah.
past the small beginning. And a lot of times it can come from a good place of wanting to serve a lot of people, right? But um, I believe that the Lord kind of gives us in stages what we're meant to handle with Him and steward. And so if we really steward small things well, then we'll steward the bigger things when He gives it to us.
Oh, I love. Sometimes we want to skip the stages, but we want to okay go from start here, but
Yeah.
it's a process, right? There are some things we need to learn first in order to go to the other stage.
Yes,
And
100%.
it's good that God doesn't show us the big picture because He can scare us. We're not prepared for that. So it's
Yeah,
like until the time, right?
yeah, there's a season for everything under the sun, yeah?
Yes, yes. He is a loving God, and He see things in ourselves that we don't see.
Yeah,
Things that He see a potential, and um, He just don't show us the whole image in the beginning because it can be overwhelming. Like, oh, I'll be doing that. He
yeah,
knows it's one thing at a time, and I think it's a process. We need to appreciate each step, each season. So I love that. And Faith, I know you talk a lot about selling as is helping. Selling is helping. I love that. Can you
yeah.
share a little bit more about that and how this mindset has helped you personally overcome fears in sales conversation?
Mhm. So when we're focused on helping someone, buy something that will change their life ultimately or change their trajectory of their business, um, we can really focus on helping them and getting ourselves out of the way, right? Because it's not about us. If selling is helping, if it's about the other person, helping them get that transformational product or service, whatever it is, then it's a lot more fun to do because I just really like to help people, and we are walking in more of the design that I think God has for us in it when we don't make it about us, but we take that selfless point of view and really desire to serve the other person through the process. And this kind of goes back to what we were talking about of when we have an abundance mindset, when we have a mindset of trust, knowing that those who we're meant to work with will work with us, then we can truly have this focus during the selling process. We can trust that as long as I'm focused on them and helping them determine if this is going to be a good fit for them, then and helping them really step in faith and take action if I believe that it's the right fit for them, then it can do wonders. And it's really changed the process of selling for me and so many other women I know when we take this approach to it.
I love.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Focusing on selling, I mean, on relationship and serving them.
Yeah.
I think that's important. It's how you said, if you know you're the right fit for this person and it's not about the money, and I think that's a consequence. God will bless you and but first we need to focus on helping and serving, and the consequence and the resources will come later.
Absolutely.
I think is that's amazing. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. I think that's something that we have been talking a lot in the company in our
Yeah.
agency is just serving others as with our heart as we do for the Lord.
Yeah.
We want to do our best. We're not perfect, but we try to do our best, the best we can, and anything that we can improve. Because at the end of the day, um, it's not just about business. We feel like this is a ministry too. So
Absolutely. Yeah. And there can be ministry done in the marketplace. Absolutely. There is so much potential for that. And I really like your mindset around that because that's where true impact is made. And I can tell just through the conversations that we've had, Monica, that your intentions are so pure and so godly to serve your clients as best as you possibly can. And so I really admire that.
oh, thank you, Faith. um, Faith, I know we have an exciting event coming up. Next week, the challenge. I know you're running this event. Is the 14-day challenge called Get Quick Wins, and starting April 22nd. Can
Yes.
you share a little bit about that with us? And really
Sure.
excited to hear. And
Sure, absolutely. If you're a business owner listening to this that has an online service in particular and loves Jesus, then I would love to invite you to this challenge that Monica was talking about, where it's a 14-day challenge. We're going to have 3 live sessions over the 14 days. And it's designed to help you get those quick wins, build momentum in your business that you've been really desiring. Maybe you're in a dry season right now, or maybe you just want to pick it up and want to learn what you really need to focus on, the result producing actions that you need to take consistently to build those wins for you. We can really do that fast. I'm going to show you how you can do that in just the course of 14 days, build that momentum in your business. That you need, that will encourage you to keep going, because I know some of us, whenever we don't see traction for a little bit, we get discouraged. And so my goal is that you just leave it feeling so encouraged, and walk out with more momentum in your business than you've seen in a while. So that's really a little bit about us, and I hope you can join us in it. I'm sure, Monica, you'll put maybe a link to the page where people can sign up for that. But I appreciate you letting me invite people to that, Monica. It's going to be fun.
oh no, I'm excited to uh, participate too, and also inviting my contacts. I just feel this will be such a blessing, because when we start the year, as you said, we start like with the momentum, and then coming to April, we're like, "Ooh," and when we do see things, like I feel like we're not too excited as the beginning of the year.
Yep.
So it's so great just to do participate on this, and just to have this momentum, and keep going on the calling God is calling us to do, and serving others. And yeah,
Mm.
because I know there's a lot of people that are waiting for us, and we need to sometimes a fresh vision and a fresh so I'm so excited. Thank you, Faith, for joining us today. I'm really excited to see what God will do, in your life, through your life this year. And
Thank
I'm excited to partner.
you, Monica. This has been so sweet. And I just appreciate our friendship and this partnership. So fun to collaborate with other Christian entrepreneurs, especially. And I'm looking forward to seeing what God has in store for you as well, and your community. So thank you so much for having me today.
Oh, no, thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Okay, I